This week's episode is brought to you by Body Scare. All natural body care products so good, they're scary.
What's going on?
Welcome back, boils, ghouls, and creatures of all ages.
That's absolutely my favorite part of the whole show is that like intro and exit music.
Yeah,
What's going on? Crack, 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 crack. I love it. I love
Tonight we have some guests. They are from CCC Entertainment, the Horrorverse. Michelle, you've worked with them. They're great folks. That's why
I am currently working with them. Yes, yes.
Oh, we're gonna go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say we're going to currently bring on Aaron Carlson and Samantha Hannah.
Yes.
Yes.
Chuck is here too. Yay. Chuck's here. Chuck here.
Oh, he's down here. Hold on.
Chuck's here.
You got to get down there. There he is.
There they are. Yay.
Do a quick reboot of everything I was dealing with.
We made it. We're all here.
Yes, we're here. We have our two top fans here already as well.
Yes. Fans are amazing.
Yes.
We have our regulars.
And our regulars. We have our regulars.
Yeah.
So
we've got our number one fan.
Too far into this, I want to pitch you guys an origin story that's related to a character I saw in one of your films. The character's name is, where is it? Let me find it. Sorry, I don't know where it is. He played the brother in The Shape. Yes. Raymond Power played Jake, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
so while I'm watching this, I notice he's an athlete, but he has 2 teardrops under his eye. So I was thinking, how did he go from this athlete to 2 teardrops under the eye? So I came up with an origin story. If you want to use it, you can have it. But basically, he falls in love with a girl from the other side of the tracks whose brother's a gang member, right? One night, they're partying on the porch. There's a drive-by. The girl dies. And so they've kind of been at odds the whole time, have to click together to kill the guy that killed his girlfriend. So obviously, he joins the gang, goes to jail, comes out, didn't get to play pro ball, and now he's a father. You know what I mean? Kind of like, I felt like that. I'm not going to say I was thinking of you guys in the shower, but I thought of that.
I mean, you can if you want. Like, we don't.
Who were you talking about in the shower, though? Which? It would be me. It would be me. Yes.
It would be Aaron, obviously.
Yeah.
But I don't know why, but for some reason, those tattoos, when it was like going to be I remember the line, and I was like, man, how did he get from there to there?
Right.
And obviously, with someone with their face tattooed, it was was kind of drawn into that whole story. I was playing it out in my head as I was thinking about it. So
it's funny you said that, Vlad, because Raymond Powers had a hard time dealing with the tats he's got as an actor, and he's thinking about getting those removed and everything. I think he is.
He's in the process of getting some removed. I just worked with him a couple weeks ago for the first time, and we were talking about that a little bit.
Which is exactly. That you bring that up, being that you guys just worked with someone very famous for his tattoos.
Oh, yes, we did.
Yes, we did. Yeah, we sure as fuck did. But just to go back to Raymond real quick, he was always concerned with it when he worked with us.
Right.
But I wanted that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
we have no problem with your life story.
Yeah,
no, I think that's what makes him such a unique actor and cool. There's, like you said, you found a backstory just with the tattoos on his face.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't too far from the truth either.
No, but it's fucking great, right?
He's got a crazy story.
Pull in the fucking outsiders. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking dope. Yeah.
It just kind of clicked to me, and I was like, I'm going to pitch this.
It's great.
If it blows up, we'll do all kinds of origin stories.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah. Just give me your credit. I'm good. But why don't you guys talk to us a little bit of how you guys got together, and just kind of like the background of the Horrorverse.
Sure, absolutely. Who wants
the
to
year
start?
was 1992.
Pretty much, yeah. Close.
It was a long time ago.
Or
It really
you might
was.
be actually, right? I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
Chuck should tell the story because he's got a better recollection with time than I do because I start forgetting shit.
1992, I was dating his
Oh, it was
girlfriend's
92?
sister.
What?
Lying. So
Okay, I just
30
didn't know.
31 years ago, next month.
Yep.
Wow.
Shit. We're
You just
fucking
told
old.
everybody how old you guys are.
We're old.
Hello.
We're old. Yeah.
Mhm. So no, that's what started as far as the friendship and how we all met. And then Aaron got into a point where he really wanted to find distraction in his life, and he found a camera and a video editor on his computer. And then I'll let him take over the story now because it's more fun that way.
Okay.
I can dig it.
Yeah. So I started playing around with Windows Movie Maker back in the day on a laptop that I got. And I was like, oh shit, I can make movies. This is cool. And we started making shit. And lo and behold, we ended up learning the process as we went. And when Samantha got involved, I asked her to act in one of our movies. Yeah. She was reluctant, but did it. No,
It was reluctant because of the camera in your room.
Yeah. Yeah. Anytime we had the film, she got drunk as fuck.
I did.
And by the time it was ready to film Samantha, she was lit. She couldn't even fucking see straight. No, you did. That's what happened.
I know, but why do you have to tell the story?
Because it was the facts. It's fun. It's real.
Yes.
It's the past. It's fine.
I literally had to get drunk. Yeah. Bad drunk. I was gonna say bad words, but I don't know if that's appropriate. So.
Oh yeah, you can say fucking shit on here. It's
okay,
fine.
so yeah, I had to get shit faced.
But only fucking shit. That's only two you can say.
Only fucking shit, nothing else. Any other word, you're out of here.
Can't say bitch or ass.
Out of here.
That was the only
30-minute window of Sam being good to Sam being obliterated.
If even that.
We gotta act fast. We got 30 minutes to film, guys. 30 minutes to film.
No shit. That's what we learned.
At least she had a cheap writer.
Right. But as time went on, when was that? Like 2004, 5, 6, 2006.
2006, I think it was.
Yes.
And I got good at acting drunk. I got really good at it.
Is that
Anyway,
your superpower?
Mm-hmm.
It is her superpower. Anyway, long story short, we kept making fucking movies, and we got to a point where we were like, holy shit, let's try to take this serious and see what we can do. And we released a film 2019 called The Outrider, and then Sam made a documentary called The Giant Pacific Octopus, and we've just been rolling. And we started our podcast Around the Reel, and now we're into the
Thanks,
horror.
COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't film, so we had to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, COVID had a way of helping the YouTube community expand exponentially, along with the reels and TikToks and all that. Now it's easier to get your stuff out and noticed and your name out there far easier than it is like back when, in the 80s and 90s when we didn't have the blessing of YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and all those things. So
absolutely.
Have you guys noticed a big difference in kind of, your reach since the explosion of, the internet and COVID?
Yeah,
I don't know if we have really, Aaron. I don't know if we have any.
I'm the one that's online all the time. Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
Okay.
We have.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah, we've grown quite a bit, and it's been crazy. And the podcast has been what has kind of catapulted, I think, the following we have. We do very well with our show. We're able to talk to a lot of artists, creatives, musicians, composers, actors, filmmakers, whoever's in the creative arts, we talk to. Yeah. And it's been a great networking tool for us, and it's also been a good interview process for us because we actually use the show to go, I'd love to work with that fucker because he's badass.
Yeah,
she's awesome. I want to work with her, and that's kind of what we do. And we just have fun with it. And as far as filmmaking goes, that collaboration on our show, because we're giving that exposure, I think, to those artists, they've been paying it back to us by helping us make movies. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, man.
Chuck, did you have your hand up? Did you want to?
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I mean, and it's been rare because we do such a good job of vetting our guests beforehand. There's not a lot of guests that we've been like, we don't want to do with them ever again. So it's been very nice to actually,
There's been a couple.
On the show, we obviously like you.
The truth comes out.
That's right.
Speaking of liking people, you did work with Michelle of the Dead. Special effects, and I believe she's acted now too.
She's about to.
Any good behind the scenes stuff? What's a good story? We like to cancel her, so
So if you have any horrible stories about me, now's the time to tell them.
Yeah. Well, nah.
Okay. Well, I mean, my story is obviously I'm
shitting and farting.
Yes, and I don't like acting anymore. I don't like really doing it, but sometimes I will. And they had me doing the, what do you call it? The vector?
The vector.
The vector. And yeah, Michelle helped me so much. Like she made me, I was dying. I mean, I almost couldn't stop laughing long enough to do what I needed to do.
But before that, she wanted to get out of the damn car.
I didn't want to. Well, I mean, imagine getting out in public in University Place, obviously, looking like that. It's embarrassing.
You were a badass.
And everyone's looking at you, going, "What is going on?"
No,
just like run up to them screaming.
I know, right? Just scare them.
Yeah, Michelle did great makeup on Samantha and
it was
turned her
amazing.
into a fucking badass zombie. And going to the park to film, she was fucking terrified to get out. And it was a decent day. And
there was so many people there.
Dogs. Yeah,
I know everywhere.
Kids, families with dogs, couples.
Yeah,
and here comes
and it wasn't
Samantha.
that she did such a bad job that I didn't want to get out of the car. It was she did such a good job I didn't want to get out of the car.
Well, you didn't want people staring at you, pointing and staring.
Well, yeah, exactly. I don't want to scare little kids. I don't like to scare little kids.
Oh, I do.
Oh, I don't.
That's a blessing in life.
Facts.
Well, it's looking into the. Go ahead, Chuck.
I was going to say, it's just like coming over to my house for Halloween. Everybody dress up and go out in the yard and wait for everybody. You're not allowed to make a 5-year-old cry, but if you can make a teen piss their pants, $50.
Yep.
Nice. Okay.
Yep. I know where I'm spending Halloween.
Yeah.
we spent many of them there. That and 4th of July.
Nice.
That's right. Let's get into the Horrorverse and talk about like what you guys are creating, because I think it's very interesting. The concept, I love it, and I want to know, was it based back on the comics of like Ash versus, I think it was like Ash versus Jason or something like that, and Freddy versus Jason? Was that kind of like what got the ball rolling in a sense?
No, actually, this stems from just our interaction with creating the Shape film. Okay. And trying to pull off a Michael Myers tribute, and when we got the response from the audience that we got, we were thinking, where can we take Michael? Because we ended on a cliffhanger. Where can we go? So I ended up thinking about like, okay, so there's this universe that I wanted to explore, and I was just thinking to myself, God, I'm an 80s kid. I love fucking 80s shit. And I just wanted to keep diving into every 80s to 90s horror film I possibly could, if it was possible, to create this like multiverse, kind of like what Marvel does. And that was kind of where it stemmed from. So we started to play around with ideas and look at dates and keep the origin stories for all these iconic characters and see if it would work. And lo and behold, it fucking did. And we're like, wow, that's fucking cool. So we started writing. And next thing you know, we came up with this Horrorverse. So.
Patty.
Yes, Patrick.
It worked. I thought I would try it. No, we've never raised our hand on this show before, and Chuck, you raised your hand, and it worked so well. I was like, I'm gonna fucking raise my hand and see how it works. We're doing something new. No, I just wanted to say, ever since I'm super fucking excited about the Horrorverse. Ever since Marvel started their little universe of superheroes.
Yeah.
The moment I saw that they were creating that, like, I went to, there needs to be a fucking horror movie version of this, and you guys are creating it. And Like I've watched them all. Super excited for the next one to come out. It's probably one of the most exciting things I've seen in a really long time, just because back in 2008 when Iron Man came out, I was like, oh my God, there needs to be a horror movie version of this. And lo and behold, here we are. It's fucking 15 decades later, but we're here and I'm excited.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. That's how I felt. I felt the same way you did. It was just like one of those things where it's like, if we could make this work, it'd be really cool. I'd love to see an audience rooting for Michael and Jason, and if Freddy gets involved, what the fuck could happen? It's really fucking fun. And then you start throwing in all these other iconic movies, from our past. Ooh. And there's so much inspiration that we've had, and tying this all together, we're like, fuck, we can pull this in. We can pull this in and pull that in, and it's like, holy shit, it's working. It's actually working, and it's
Sky's
actually
the limit.
Tell the story. Yeah, it's
think outside the box.
Oh, we got another raised hand.
Samantha.
Someone just said we should include Pennywise, and I actually love that.
That's a hard include, though.
It is a hard include, yeah.
But
it's a good challenge.
Easter eggs. It's so easy to do if we think of certain things. You never know. Yeah, you did peek yourself.
Yeah, you have like a red balloon floating out of a drain in the background someplace.
That's what I'm saying. Anything
something like
possible.
that.
Anything
is possible.
Yeah.
And that's the universe I wanted to create. So
the only thing I ask is you throw in some more of the obscure 80s movies. Like try to, like, even if it's just like little
Rawhead.
You're not talking about
like the
Leprechaun, are you?
What was that?
Even more.
You're not talking about the Leprechaun, are you?
I love Leprechaun, but even more obscure than Leprechaun.
Can I get a Frankenhooker episode, please?
Yes.
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 No.
That would be fucking fun,
right there. And Vlad, you can come on as a guest writer.
Hey.
Well, if you
don't let him guess right.
No.
I'm just teasing you, Vlad. I love you.
There's subtle references within this stuff, guys. Even if you watch the first 2 episodes, in episode 2, if you listen to the intercom that's going on when the Snake Plissken character that I play shows up, you'll hear certain things that she's talking about, and that some of the things she's talking about is from 13 Ghosts. So I mean, there's subtle little things that we've been trying to drop just to pay tribute to all these wonderful films that we've grown up on. So
really quick, I'm gonna post the pictures from the first 2 episodes, and I kind of want to get your basically a verbal trailer without giving it away for people who haven't seen it.
Sure, absolutely.
So let's start with Codename Hammer, who Charles lost in there in the side. So why don't you guys tell me a little bit about this episode?
Chuck, why don't you take it?
Okay. Codename Hammer. The EOC is a part of the government that actually hunts down paranormal activity, and this is his origin story as to what made him become the leader of the most elite of that team. And how does he become the leader? By taking in the least amount of experienced people to try and hunt one of these things down.
That was when I watched. So I actually watched The Shape at the end of these first 2 because it kind of was like a standalone. And so I was like, okay, let me take these 2 and then jump to, just so I can kind of get more background. But when I watched the first episode, I couldn't wait to get to the second episode, because I saw how it was playing out, like the lineup, like you said. It's almost like each one is an origin story for each of the people who are going to go out and hunt these people.
That's exactly what it is, and I just got goosebumps.
And I'm not even involved with it. Like I was that excited to get to the next one. I wish they were longer. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We get that a lot.
Yeah,
we're hearing that.
Everyone can get that.
Yeah, and that. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead, man.
Oh no, I was just going to say that the webisode idea came from knowing that we couldn't probably fit in all these backstories for all these characters that we have. So as we're working our way through the Horrorverse, I was thinking, like, I think Walking Dead did it. They did these webisodes, these side stories.
Yeah.
During their seasons that were kind of cool, where you're like, oh, that's where the machete came from. That's fucking dope. The red-handled machete. So I was thinking, God, if we could just pay, you know, these characters a little bit of tribute by giving these backstories and carry the audience through. Even if they don't watch them right now, and then we hit with the big films that we're going to be doing, they can always go back, and then they have this backstory for all these different characters that I think would be very interesting and stuff. So, and it gives us time to play around with some great nostalgia. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, and honestly, a lot of times in movies, those types of characters don't get backstories, right? And so when you watch a movie and you see the movie, you're like, okay, well, why is this dude the way he is? Or how did these people link up? Or, you know, so I think it's really cool that preemptively you guys are going and making those episodes so that when people do watch the movie, if they did watch it, you know what I mean? It just plays right in their head along with what they're seeing on film. And if they watch it and they want to know that information is actually available, we don't have to wait 10 years down the line for an origin story or a prequel or whatever the case may be.
Correct. Yeah. Correct. That was the train of thought that was going for.
Yeah, that was one of Aaron's good ideas too, as far as like getting ready to try and launch a crowdfunding campaign. It's like one of the things, you know, crowdfunding campaigns need is content, you know, something to follow. And so now they have these webisodes that they can actually see is what we're creating to try and get to creating the bigger project.
And if you guys
just launched your project campaign,
right?
A couple days ago.
It was about 10 days ago, I believe.
Yeah.
And he's doing it by himself, so
I don't
know. Aaron, because that's a big job. It's
rough. It's not an easy thing. You think you've got the followers that are necessary to maybe really get that reach, and there's a lot of learning. And that's okay, because, you know, this is something that we're lucky enough to have enough, you know, loyal people wanting to create it up here in Washington, which is cool, regardless if we have a budget or not. So we're blessed that way, but our goal was to try to make this as big as possible. If the crowdfunding campaign works out, we've got a different path we're taking. If it doesn't, we still have the path that we were on when we started. So either way, it's going to be made. You know,
that's awesome.
That's the trick.
So let's go ahead and throw up episode 2, codename Bullseye. Awaken the Darkness. Let's hear a little bit about this one. Again, without giving too much away. We want people to watch it.
Hammer is now recruiting for a team to go on a big mission, and that is to take out one of these titans, which is what we're calling some of the major icons in our horrorverse. So you've got Freddy, you've got Jason, and you got Michael. We call them Titan anomalies. You know, these are the elite of the elite for the paranormal activity that's going on the planet, basically. So his first step is to try to recruit Bullseye to get him involved. And Hammer's character has a way of knowing the ins and outs of each person he's going to be recruiting, kind of like Nick Fury did in Marvel.
I was kind of put that little reference together. When I was watching it.
Thank you. That's what he's doing. So he's got a little pull on Bullseye because he knows what will make him bite. And that episode kind of shows where Bullseye's story may lead. So,
well, and that was actually another cool part of that. What you were talking about, the background origin stories, is like you find out one of the Titans, you know, affected Bullseye's life in a very negative way, and so Hammer's like, "Hey, let's," you know, and Hammer knew. He's like, "Hey, I know this is what happened. Like, let's go get these dudes." And it, like, you know, Bullseye's like, "I'm all in," you know, and again, I'm getting goosebumps because I'm like, all right, what's next? You know?
Yeah.
Right. It's a lot of fun, man.
Well,
it's exciting.
I have a question, because as my favorite franchise is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So on the scale of non-Titan to Titan, where is Bubba Sawyer? Where's Leatherface land? Would he be a Titan? Because he's more of a human.
Yeah, he's a human. So these are more, when I was trying to place these things, it was more or less these villains that we've watched, that
the ones that keep coming back, that cannot die.
That do not die. What is the cause of that? And we've got a storyline that we can explain it in a way, and we're going off a canon, like we're going on our own direction with this. So when we all talked about this, we're like, it's scary as fuck, right?
Because it is scary for the fans. Yeah, because some people are serious about their shit.
There's nerds. Yeah, there's nerds. And you guys, there's nerds out there that I can't even, none of us know half the stuff that most of these nerds do. Our son-in-law, Samantha, knows more about Michael and Jason than I do. I have no idea. And he fucking drills me.
We often ask him.
Yeah, we have to ask him. Like, Chuck, when you wore what you wore with your Jason, he's like, yeah, but there's pockets on it. Is it a jacket or is it a shirt? I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude.
It matters. Literally. I mean,
it was the only 2X shit we could find.
So they don't fuck around, but
they get serious about it too. Yeah,
they do.
Oh yeah,
they do. So we're taking chances with it, but we're also trying to be like super creative with it and give somebody a different storyline than what they're used to. I know a lot of fan films are out there, and they're great, and they piggyback off of like what Peter Anthony did with Roseblood. That's great, right? That's awesome. But I wanted to we all did try to do something that maybe can take it in a different direction and see if it works.
Yeah. You want to take chances, but you want to pay tribute, right? You don't want to destroy anything, but you at the same time you want something new and awesome and exciting is cool too. So it's a fine line though, and you have to be careful with what you change and what you do because people don't like major changes or they don't like changes at all.
I think that you're like you got the right mindset though, because I watched your what is the Horrorverse kind of like 8-minute little film kind of describing, like kind of letting fans know what you're doing with the Horrorverse. And in that you mentioned that you're not changing any of the origins, right? You're keeping all the origins true to what the movies are, and but you're also going to get creative as you're going, which I think is fine. I think creative as you're going is perfect. I think it's the origins that really upset fans, like the super hardcore like horror fans. Like if you change origins, that's when they start to get like crazy. But if you can be creative and still keep that creativeness relevant to the origins, I don't think you would have a problem. Like I know I wouldn't be pissed. I would be like, this is fucking awesome. So
that's what we're hoping for.
Thank you.
Yes.
I mean, like one of the things that we're doing is like like the first couple of movies is the origin story, and then our universe goes from that. Mm-hmm. So you'll see. Well, in episode 3 we bring Michael back when that episode that comes out. Episode 4 comes in, and now you'll get a chance to see our Jason.
Yes.
So those are the things that you'll see, and then you'll have an idea right away as to what we're doing and what Michelle can do to help us on set.
Speaking of that, you guys brought up The Vengeance, and you are actually working with you've been working with Jason Brooks, but also Peter Anthony's coming on now also, which is amazing. So anyone who hasn't seen that, Michelle the Dead worked on it. They're really well done. So how did that, I mean, obviously we all live in the Pacific Northwest, but how did that relationship kind of build? Was it, how did you guys meet? How did that all come to fruition?
Well, Peter Anthony was on our show.
Oh, okay.
He was on the Around the Reel. And so that's how that started. Jason Brooks, we always kind of watched him and his stuff, and we were always very interested. But we never just got a chance to work with him, and he has not been on our show, unfortunately. But he should be.
Jason,
he should be.
Yeah, he has not been.
I will message him.
You do that. Tell him, like, what are you doing?
I'm gonna send him the angry emojis.
We would love to have him on the show, but he hasn't been yet. But
let me tell you why. He was in Europe showing off his prosthetic penis. That's what happened.
It wasn't Europe, it was Iceland, and he was donating it to the museum.
Whatever.
Whatever the case is, he was busy.
That's the epitome of busy, yeah.
Not for nothing, but if you invited me on your thing and I got to go somewhere to show off my prosthetic wiener, I'm probably going to go show it off or donate it or whatever it is he did. I just,
I mean, that's a priority.
Call me selfish or self-centered.
I was just over there yesterday, and like, the jars that they were kept in, like from the movie and stuff like that. And he had some left over, and I need them for our props for our room. And so I was over there yesterday, and he's like, "Oh, do you want those penis jars?" And I didn't click for a second. I'm like, penis jars? Oh, the penis. Yes.
The penis
glass jars.
Really
for the
quick,
penis.
I want to answer this question.
Oh, yeah.
Facebook user would like to know if, one, you'll be at Crypticon next month.
I think that's Steven. I think that's Steven Belter.
But two, they do have a crowdfunding campaign set up. I'm going to put the link up right now again. So you guys have it. Oh, yeah.
I mean, we should be at Crypticon. Why we should be there, but we don't have plans yet to be. No.
There's so much shit going on. I'm trying to just keep up with fucking everything. I made dinner before the show.
Oh, what's for dinner tonight?
No, and I went easy. We were doing like tuna melts and fucking soup.
I haven't eaten anything yet.
Your dinner's similar to ours. We had BLTs and soup.
Ooh, that's right? Good.
Yeah.
Yum.
Yeah. No,
soup.
I don't know.
It's soup day.
When you're an indie filmmaker, you just do shit. You just go. You just go.
Sometimes see my calendar. I'm not even a filmmaker, but I do makeup, and I'm constantly every freaking weekend. I work 7 days a week.
You're going. Yeah, that's what it takes, and you just go. and
if you guys do go, just so you know, I room with Michelle, and the farts are real. They're loud.
You're talking about your own.
Do they smell bad?
Whoa.
That's the buzzkill for me. Like if
Michelle, I'm sorry.
I'm in my
we don't share a bed. We're in separate beds.
We're in separate
across
beds.
the room from each other.
So you either have rad farts or dead farts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or rad dead farts.
Oh, yeah. You never know. You never know.
Out.
I slept through them.
Is there a way to have a separate room? Just,
I mean,
curiosity.
Not with the budget.
No, we had to go in on a room together. They're expensive, even with like the Crypticon discount. Still,
it beat the option of like you were saying, like sleeping in the other room, and I'm just like, I'm too fancy for that. Too pop. I need my own room. I need my own shower, my own towel. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry.
Are you not a happy camper? You can't. Yeah. Are you not a happy camper?
I just like other people bother me, and so I kind of like. And me and her,
I feel you.
I get it.
So
yeah,
like, I can deal with.
We kind of keep the same schedule, and so it's like if I want to go to my room and go to sleep, I know I can.
Right.
Same.
You know each other well enough to room.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's because he's not going to talk to me till 5 a.m.
I might, so don't ruin me.
I was like, I'm just going to go in here and.
But you're doing Crypticon. You're going till 3 a.m. and you got to get up at 7 to start getting ready for the next day. So you're just going to napping and taking a shower.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Basically,
pretty much.
And the occasional,
I have learned though to take the Monday off. Yeah. To take the Monday off work the weekend after Crypticon because.
Oh yeah, duh.
You need at least a day. Oh, and then you start having like the post-con depression, and then everything starts crashing in on you.
Michelle,
anyways,
do you remember last year we did an episode literally the day after con, and both of us were just like sunken over, like this is the worst thing. Why are we doing this? This is terrible.
I'm guessing Patty was like, "Fuck, I get to talk."
Right? Yeah.
No, it's usually me and Vlad talking, and Michelle just kind of hanging out.
Okay. Well, usually it's me and Aaron talking, and Chuck just hangs out.
Really quiet undertone, subliminal messaging during all the show.
But hey, we got another episode right after the con this year too. But it's a con recap episode, so we should.
What it was last year.
We were supposed to broadcast from the con, but we were just too busy because we were working.
Yeah.
True.
So
I think we need to this year for sure.
At least we need to like take 15 minutes. Go to our room, start our little show, walk out of the room, and just go through while you're recording.
I agreed. But you guys should consider going to Crypticon. It's a great way to promote your guy,
Absolutely.
And then also like making connections with, the actors and writers and stuff there. It is a great opportunity. I don't know if you guys have actually been before. But
we've never been.
No, we suck. We haven't gone any con. No.
You should toss me like 150 like flyers or cards or something. I'll put them in like the VIP swag bags.
Yeah,
that's okay.
I want to go.
We can do that.
I want to go.
I want to go a little bit. Yeah.
Wait, what weekend is that this year?
It's May 19th, 20th, and 21st.
Oh God! So that's right after Republic. We do get back from there.
That's the third weekend.
Yeah, but we could. I want to go.
Yeah,
that would
That's
be
a lot of
fun.
work.
I mean,
there last year.
yeah, it'd
Millie
be fucking
Shapiro's
fun.
going to be there. I'm so excited.
I'd
You
love
guys
to
are-
go.
You
We
guys are
can
back
pull
on
it off.
Tuesday, right?
What?
Yeah, we're back in time. No, there's time.
Yeah, we'll be
There's
back in time. Plenty of time.
You guys,
Yeah,
Dennis
Nick-
O'Hare is going to be
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. And Nick too.
Brand
Nick the
new?
zombie will be there.
Dennis O'Hare, if you're familiar with his work, he was in
Nick the zombie.
True Blood.
True Blood,
Yeah.
American Horror
American Horror
Story.
Story.
Fucking
I
love
love
American Horror Story.
Hmm.
That's
We're having
one of
like
the
3 people from ET. We're having Dee Wallace, the mom, who's also the mom in Cujo.
dude.
And
you
also
know what?
Elliot and his
Hey,
brother.
Wallace. Oh.
Dude, I just watched. I got a segue here. I'm sorry. Me and the kids, we took a chance and we watched it. Fucking goddamn Jeepers Creepers Reborn.
Oh gosh.
I know. But I was surprised to see Dee Wallace in the opening. I was like, oh shit, Dee Wallace is in this, bro? And it just went to shit. Like, what happened?
Yeah, I don't hate
What?
on horror movies too often. It's like really hard for me to say I don't like a horror movie, but I
Yeah.
don't like that movie.
No,
Really?
it's really bad. Everybody who's made a review on that movie is absolutely right. It's so bad. I was so disappointed because that Creeper is such a badass fucking dude, right? I was just like, don't watch it, people. Just don't. It's bad.
Don't
even
even
the
bother.
makeup effects
No.
were just horrible. Like the way they made the creeper look. Like
yeah.
this
I haven't
time
seen it.
around, I was just like, what were they thinking? Like,
I
and
Well, now I have to
have
see it
not
just to
seen
see
it.
that.
I have to see it just to see.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
no, you don't.
right?
No.
But
No,
I have to see
we
how
could
bad.
make a better
Note to
Creeper.
self, don't do that.
No, we could do the
Uh-huh.
Creeper better than that. That was ridiculous. I was
Yeah,
like
it
so
was-
disappointed. Anyway, sorry.
No, I had the same kind of mentality when I watched Devil's Rejects. I was really excited for PJ Souls just to watch her get headbutted by fucking Sid Haig, and I'm like, this is really what it's gonna be. Like, I was kind of hoping for crazy PJ Souls or something, you know what I mean? A little something outside, you know, but it was like this 2-second thing where she gets knocked out by a stupid clown. Like, damn it! I love PJ Souls. Every time I
It
see
was
PJ
still
Souls,
cool.
she kisses me, so I love PJ Souls. So just to see her go down so quick was a little bit of a bummer.
Right. Super fun.
Melissa says the creeper did not look like a creeper. Huge disappointment. So she agrees.
Yep. Facts. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, the first 2 movies were the best. I mean, first not really seeing exactly what he looked like, and by the time they actually revealed more in the second, they revealed just enough and stopped.
The second
That
was
was
great. Yeah, the second's a great fucking movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that movie. Man, what a disappointment. Anyway, sorry.
We got a question. He wants Russ would like to know. He has a buddy coming over tomorrow for his birthday, and we are going to be drinking. What is the first horror movie I can stream to watch just to make fun of it?
Inbred.
Jeepers Creepers.
Not even.
Jeepers Creepers
No,
Reborn.
When
No,
me and the kids
yoga
put on
hosers.
Jeepers Creepers, yeah, we were hoping to laugh, like, because we knew it was going to be bad, but it wasn't even funny. You're sitting there like,
Aw,
fuck.
That's the one. There you
It
go.
was
That's the
disappointing.
one.
I was depressed.
Yeah.
I couldn't even laugh.
It was such a letdown. Like, because like you were saying, the first 2 were like, the first one was phenomenal. The second one was great. The third one was garbage. And then it's like, when they did Reborn, I was like, okay, they're going to redeem themselves. They're going to start the story over, redeem themselves from kind of like the shit show it turned into. And it was worse than the third one. I was
It
like,
was tough because I
no.
liked the third one. I didn't mind the third one. I thought it was.
oh, then you
I
might like
liked
Reborn.
it.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know.
You're
I
going to be
like
like
the
the
third
only
one.
person in existence that likes
I
Jeepers
know, that
Creepers
likes it.
Reborn.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
I
I'm
wouldn't
sure
though.
His appreciation of the
We're-
art.
Take it.
Of somebody
We're going to have
creating
you
something.
back on the show
Yes,
just
I
to
d-
talk
yes,
about
thank
your
you.
love for that movie.
I just
Well,
wanna
I
say-
just
Oh, go ahead.
I can always find something I appreciate in a movie. That's the one thing about me.
See,
It
right.
could be a bad movie, but I can find great
No.
things about it. Always.
Even
I'm
the
the
shots are
same way
bad.
with horror movies in general. Pretty much only. I'm the same way. A movie could suck, but I'll find something that I like about it. Like
Yeah.
I
Me too.
don't think any. Well, I shouldn't say this because I just said Reborn sucked. But in general, I don't think any horror movie sucks. I always find something good about it. I appreciate every horror movie for something.
Well,
but
that's a
there's-
tried and true horror fan, though.
But
I
I
mean,
can't,
they all
I
are
can't
that way.
find anything
horror
in
fan.
Reborn.
I found one thing that
was it the soundtrack? Was that cool or
there's an axe kill that's decent. That's about it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's about it.
Since we have a special effects person here,
I'll give you that.
Since we have a special effects person here, and you guys make movies, I want to bring up one thing. If you've seen Cocaine Bear, because
I have not seen Cocaine Bear.
When that woman flew out of the back of that fucking ambulance and went face down on the cement and slid on her face, that was the most brutal scene of literally any movie I've ever seen in my life. It caught me out of nowhere. It was the most awesome fucking thing ever. I'm done with my rant. You can all talk.
I'm super excited now. Like I was already excited to watch that movie, but I'm even.
Did they do it like with practical effects, or did they do it with like?
I wish they had
CGI
or off the EMT bus, but it was still. Let me just It's a great movie to watch, but if you watch it for just that scene, you'll be fucking so happy you did. But watch the rest of the movie. I agree. But that one scene is literally one of the coolest kill scenes I've ever seen. Yeah, it's like
in the beginning or the middle.
Don't tell them where.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I never thought of that movie as being a horror movie. It is though.
It's more of a horror fest.
Yeah, it's like it falls under like
it's a monster slasher
type thing. Yeah.
Well, I mean.
Yeah.
There you go. It never occurred to me that might be.
It's fun. It's a fun movie. It's like Tremors. You know, you watch it on a Saturday afternoon, you'll fucking love it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah.
I mean, who can get behind a 500-pound bear on cocaine?
I mean,
terrifying. Honestly,
it's starting a stream of new movies too. There's like a cocaine shark movie coming out, and so we're gonna have a stream of like cocaine animals attacking.
Oh, yeah. Dude, what about meth animals? That's even scarier.
Meth hyena. Meth hyena would be fucked
I don't want to meet it.
CCC Entertainment, meth hyena. We're pitching
or
it to you right
in
now.
Charge, a meth monkey.
Oh God, that'd be.
Oh no, that
could happen.
Like a.
You know what? People just walk down the streets of Kensington and film horror movies consistently with the people down there with their interesting stuff and things that they do.
Meth gator.
I think there's a cocaine gator coming out.
To get a little bit back on track, I'm going to throw this up. And obviously you can't tell us too much because it's coming out. Hopefully soon. You can tell us when, hopefully. But give me a little bit of a little teaser.
Ooh, Titans.
Yeah,
releasing soon. I want a teaser. I want to go into a blind.
Okay, well, we'll kick you off for a minute. No, I'm just kidding.
Cancel me for a minute. Cancel me for a minute so you can tell your story and I can still go in blind.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
You can still hear us.
Well, he needs to plug his ears. If he plugs his ears, he'll be.
All right, go ahead.
Titan is gonna take the.
He can hear you.
I know. Should I
plug your ears, Patty?
You answer the question. I'll be fine.
Hi, Patty.
Hi.
Titans is gonna bring back Michael, and we're gonna see what his travels are going, where they're gonna lead him. And it's going to intersect in the Horrorverse for the first time. You're going to get introduced to a new character that's going to have an integral part in this storyline. And where that story takes place, I don't even want to get into because it really opens up some fun, super fun things. So just, there's the Titans title is there for a reason.
Got it. Is it? Do you have kind of like a soft date for that yet? Like when you think it might be dropping, roughly?
If the composer is able to deliver the final score on the deadline that he's got, it should release this weekend.
Oh shit!
Yes. So we'll see. Hopefully, I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
We're hoping
it's ready to go.
Our fingers are crossed too, but our composer's worth waiting for at the same time. So
absolutely,
true.
And I heard his new Michael theme that he's been able to recreate. He was really going off of Carpenter's stuff.
Why do you?
It's amazing. I haven't had a chance to, Sam.
What was that?
I crossed my finger.
Oh, that's his finger.
It's my finger.
Oh.
Oh shit.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
or something.
Holy shit!
Is
dude,
it
that's super
If you
actually
bring
your
it
finger?
over, I
Is
can
it your
actually
real
That's
give it a
his
finger?
basic
finger.
treatment.
Yeah, the doctors let him keep it.
That is badass.
I was born in
Wow. Oh, it even has.
1977.
Oh no, shit! It even has the tattoo on it and everything. Okay.
Dude, I'm
I love
tripping
that.
right now.
I
Brad.
really
didn't
love
know
that.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
He just showed us his finger in a jar, bro.
You
Yeah,
everyone has
badass.
to know to shut Aaron up.
I know. I'm like, what the fuck?
so
Okay, you're
apparently,
officially badass.
yeah.
Goldblum and the Fly. What else you got in your fucking cabinet? What's going on?
We're
So
making a
apparently
movie about you
you
right
can't
now.
keep like your body parts when they remove them unless there's like a religious exemption. And so I told him that I was a pagan and that my religion
Yeah.
required that I keep my body parts. And so he's like, all right, yeah, just pick it up tomorrow. And so I went and
What?
picked it up the next, or like it was like a week later.
That
But
is
yeah.
Wow.
gangster. That is so cool. I'm sorry, that is so cool.
And make you do
I
this
love
top
that.
button and undo these buttons. Hold on.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, Sam, I'm a pagan. Can I have my penis back?
Oh,
No.
I thought she only had your
Actually, I have
balls.
your balls.
She's got
so
those too.
I got my
Zing.
cat's balls in a jar and I like to show them to him when he gets in trouble.
I have lots of body parts in jars too.
Yes.
Absolutely not, Aaron. Just to answer
Okay,
your question.
that's fine. I tried. Thanks, Vlad. It didn't work.
Got a taxidermied punk rock chicken wearing a battle vest.
Oh, hey.
That works.
Hey.
Yeah,
What else do you got? I want to see all your cool stuff.
Dude, if you've got your penis in a jar, dude, I'm leaving. I'm out.
I'm out.
I do have a cool penis story.
He does have a good penis story, though. Would you like to hear it?
Okay,
I would
yes,
love to hear it.
Love
Yeah,
to hear it.
because I tell a penis
Excellent.
story all the
Did I
time.
get the jewelry while we're here?
Go get it.
Yeah, go get it.
Go get it. This is
guys
worth
are in
waiting
for a
for the
treat.
Is
jewelry.
it worth it? Okay.
This
Oh,
is
yeah,
worth
you're
the
in
price
for a
of
treat.
admission.
Oh, that was super quick.
Yeah. So back in 2011 New Year's Eve and 2012 New Year's Day, I used to perform in a circus, in like a sideshow circus. I did body piercing and body muscle
Imagine that.
No, that's super cool. Okay, and we're just need to do a documentary on you.
Pretty much.
So I had this in my Prince Albert piercing. It's a 2-gauge captive bead ring or
That's
circular barbell,
big.
and we
Okay.
had a car battery that had chain links into a carabiner,
Mm-mm.
and so I used to
Mm-mm.
clip it to my piercing and pick it up
Uh-uh.
and swing it back and forth.
Mm-mm.
So I did this.
Just a car battery.
Aaron already knows where this is going.
Well, it had chain links from the sides of the car battery, chain link going up to a carabiner. And so I would clip the carabiner to the jewelry and then pick the car battery up and kind of swing
Oh no.
it. So this night, it was New Year's Eve. Like I said, we were opening up for a band called Poison Idea, which is like the biggest punk band that ever came out of Portland in the 80s. And we were opening up for them. And I used to climb up these little stairs, do the trick, and then walk down the stairs. We forgot that in Seattle, the little stand. So I was standing up on our bed of nails. And I get up and I do the trick. And instead of setting the battery down on the bed of nails and just unclipping it, in my brain, I thought, let's grab the chain and hop off the bed of nails. Well, the bed of nails is like a couple feet off the ground. And when my feet hit the ground, the chain went through my hand and pulled my ring right out.
Oh, for fuck's sakes, dude!
It gets better. It gets better.
But
Yeah, this
wait,
is the
there's
juicy
more.
part.
There's
There is
actually
more.
a video of it, and you can actually see my dick. When the jewelry rips out, you can see my dick go like this back into my boxers.
Oh my god.
So
Brutal.
I'm on
What?
stage
I don't
and-
even have a dick, and I'm like terrified.
And your
right
dick
now.
hurts, right?
I'm on stage in front of 400
Mine does
people when this
too.
happened. I'm on stage in front of 400 people when this happened. And
Oh my
the
God.
entire room stopped. The MC looks at me and goes, "Are you all right?" And I'm just kind of holding my crotch like, "I'm good, dude." And I had to go put the hooks in my buddy's back to do the suspension for the show. So I go to the back room. He comes back. I'm massaging his back. I'm going to put the hooks in, and I start to pass out from blood loss. And he's like, "Dude, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm fine." And then I go to do it again, and I hit the floor. And he's like, "You're not putting a needle in me." They take me to the emergency room with like basically a half a roll of paper towels around my dick. And I go in, and I have a male nurse, and he walks up to me. He's like, he goes like this. He goes,
What are you?
"Unwrap it." I'm like, "Isn't that your job?" So I sit and unwrap it.
Your job.
He's like, "What's your scale on 1 to 10?" Of course, I say 10. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as
You
throw
told me
up?
that it looks like a hot dog that's been in the microwave too long and the end explodes.
But so they asked me my pain level. I say 10, and they can't get me into surgery till the morning. So I basically stayed up all night doing a bunch of Percocet, and they kept shooting me up with Dilaudid all night. So New Year's Eve, I just raged in the fucking ER and just had a great time. And
what is wrong with you?
Well, here's
what is wrong with you?
Vlad, don't fuck
Wait,
around.
there's more.
Here's the cool part: is are you guys familiar with the show Portlandia? It's on Netflix.
I guess I've seen episodes. Yes.
Okay, so the very first episode of the show ever, in the first 5 minutes, they're kind of walking around Portland and they're talking about the crazy things you see in Portland, and they actually talk about the guy who ripped his dick out, picking up a car battery and swinging it around.
And that was you.
That was
what do you
me.
know?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I've heard that story a million times, and it still hurts just as bad this time as it did the first time.
It hurts me,
I'm with
and I
you,
don't
Russ.
even have a dick. That's crazy.
I'm morbidly curious, but I have not seen it.
I mean,
I don't think I want to see it.
www.onlyfans.com/VladTheRad.com. $2.99 a month.
Your only
Okay, I'll say it for Michelle. I'll say it for Vlad. Send me some pictures and some bathwater, and we can make a fortune.
There you go.
So apparently,
No comment. No comment.
Video to go with it. $50 a pop.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There's your crowdfunder.
No
Oh
comment.
my god.
there's my.
I do want to know how come I didn't get my name on here. How come
Wait,
it just says my name and everyone else has a nickname, a cool nickname, and I didn't get mine?
Mine says Chuck.
Yeah,
mine says Aaron.
Oh, it's just those two that do it. It's just
Mine
Vlad
does
and
not say
Patrick.
boo boo kitty fuck. That's my
It should be Snoochie Booties.
Snoochie boochies.
Creepy Chuck, asshole Aaron, boo boo kitty fuck.
All right.
There you go.
like
Sorry,
that.
Sam.
I feel
Next
like
On
time
our
you're
show. But if
You
you guys
guys-
come on our show, you can have your nicknames. We'll let you keep them.
Sweet. You guys have nicknames on your show?
Yeah, I just told them to you.
Yeah.
Do you really
Chuck,
use that as your
asshole
nickname?
Aaron. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Boo boo kitty fuck.
Boo boo kitty fuck, yeah.
Yes. You
So,
know where that
okay.
came from, Russ.
Yeah.
Outside of the
That's,
Horrorverse, do you guys have projects that you want to pump while we're here? Obviously, we're gonna talk about. You got a podcast, Around the Reel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell me about that a little bit.
Sure. Who wants to talk about it? Sam, you want to talk about it?
Well, I can talk about it. Yeah, we have Around the Reel. We've been doing it. We're going on our. Are we going to our fourth season or third? Fourth season. Okay, yeah. So
Wow.
Fourth year.
we're getting
It's a long
ready to head into our fourth season of Around the Reel. Yeah, it's done great. We love it. It's fun. Like I said, like Aaron said, that is our kind of interview process and how we figure out who's cool to work with. And
Who put that up?
I'm not putting Vlad's penis in the Horrorverse.
Who did that?
it wasn't me.
It'll be like an episode of The Boys. You know what I mean? We'll just use it.
It is the Titan. He said it is the Titan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's our.
I can't.
That's our season finale.
Look, if you ever
need
need
to be like that movie Feed,
Oh no!
Ew.
it'll be in the frying pan, just cooking away.
if you ever need a stunt cock, I'm your man.
Oh, well, you're not very good at stunts, obviously.
So you failed the one stunt.
Hey, I ended up on TV over it. I think that's a win.
I mean, and also in the
That's a big deal.
hospital.
but with good drugs.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Be in the history books. That's all it
It
matters.
is.
Yeah.
You also have CC Entertainment Group. Would you guys have any projects outside of the Horrorverse you're working on?
We are working on currently a new documentary that's coming out.
Ooh.
I make documentaries, which
I
some
know, I
people
watched
think are
your
boring,
octopus-
especially horror people. So I don't know. If
No,
you
I
guys
loved
have any
your-
interest in that, but
documentaries.
Pacific
Yeah,
Octopus
we-
documentary.
I'm a documentary person. I love real stuff. So those guys love the not real stuff, and I love the real stuff. So that's what I do. So that's what we are currently working on another documentary. We're just getting ready to get started. I can't really
Get too much into
I can't
it.
really. Yeah, I can't really.
You can't
say
tell us what it's
much about-
about.
Not yet. Not
Okay.
yet. But
Okay.
because it's so fresh. But yeah, we do have something, up and
It's
coming.
fresh.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah, I'm not ready to say anything about it, but yeah, we have always stuff. We have always stuff coming, always stuff going, always.
That's right.
Always.
Like
and yeah, our podcast is a lot of fun. We do not just actors and movie people, but we do musicians and even any artist at all, any creative person we like to have on the show, because we're all in the same kind of world. Right?
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. We really
so that's
are.
our podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing to see the commonalities that we all have, even if we're doing different things in the arts, and it's the same mindset. We just have a different palette. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
so it's a lot of fun to do. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And to get to know people that think the same way that you do. And I'm sorry, but everyone who's a creative person thinks the same way that we do. Yeah, which is cool, which is really cool, because there's a world of us, and if we all get together, we can maybe make something super cool. I don't know. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we typically ask our guests, if there's any final thoughts, words of wisdom, or anything like that you want to leave us with. So you can either do it individually or collectively, but just something we can think about as a species.
Okay. All right.
Threw you on the spot there a little bit.
Look at Charles thinking hard.
Yeah.
Aaron is probably the one to answer this.
That's because in my mind, everybody has to think hard because they're thinking anyway. But I'm going to let the showrunner actually finish it off.
That's how we end our show.
That is how we end our show. Gosh, that's.
If you don't have any, that's okay too.
Well, there's always something, because I'll regret it, like a Seinfeld episode, and go, God, I wish I had said something. I can't be that guy.
Indeed, don't regret it.
Or if maybe talk about your fundraiser real quick, your crowdfunding.
Yeah. And again, just to put that out there, I know that the quality of work that we're putting out right now, I think will grow, and in the long run, it'll make something very great. Regardless of how this crowdfunder does, I'm not too concerned about it, because I'm happy with what we're creating right now. But if we do end up doing well, and we do get backers to follow this journey we're on, I think that we might be able to escalate this a lot more, and we could do a lot more carnage and a lot more fun stuff. Yes. And that's what I'm hoping to do. But I always have a plan B. We always have a plan B or C on our team. So we knew when we started this, we were going to finish it, and that's what we always do. We finish what we start. So
and the goal is to make everyone better. Everything to be better than the last thing we did.
Correct. And that's why I'm super excited for the next couple episodes that are coming out. I mean, we've got Titans coming out. We've got the Cunningham County Sheriff, which is pretty much done. Once Friday hits, Michelle, when she's acting in that one, she will be in the same movie with Robert Lasardo.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. That's so awesome.
Take that, IMDb credit.
Well, thank you guys all for coming on.
I love you guys. Yes. Thank you for coming on. I'm so glad you're all able to make it.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's schedules are so busy. So thank you for putting aside this chunk of time for us. Appreciate it.
We were glad to do it. We wanted to come. We were excited.
Yay.
Yeah. I know me and Aaron have been going back and forth with thumbs ups and happy faces for the last 2-3 days.
Oh, that's nice.
We're totally thumbs up and happy faces all the way.
Yeah, with a little bit of
I'll be sending you rings and chains and
stabbing in between.
There you go. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Until next week, this has been the Zompire Podcast.
This week's episode of the Zompire Horror.
Yes.
This week's episode of the Zompire.
What are you doing?
This week's episode of the Zompire Horde Podcast is brought to you by Bloody Knuckle Customs. Come check us out at www.bloodyknucklecustoms.com.
What's going on?